So let's start. And today's topic for us will be B2B marketing trends for FY16. It's for FY is for financial year or fiscal year. And I used to work for Microsoft, and it was a tradition that on the 1st of July, a new fiscal year starts. So, and now it's July as well. So that's why we decided that it will be for FY26, and also it's about trends. So it's also about 2026 as well. So the calendar year. And I'm the agency founder, and let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Olga Bondareva, and I'm the founder of ModumUp. It's a B2B marketing, innovative B2B marketing and social selling agency. And we work mostly with tech companies, but not only. And before that, I used to work for Microsoft, and there I was responsible for social media in Central and Eastern Europe region. And there I first learned about these innovative approaches. And I'm really excited about new technologies, innovation, and I would like to, of course, explore it more. And today I will be sharing something new with you. So why this matters? I've conducted a research, and I'll be telling you more about it and why it's important to talk about trends and about our research, because B2B marketing is evolving really fast. New tools just appear. Buyers become much smarter, and the pressure to do actually more and faster is just crazy. So, and I've done the report that captures what marketers, B2B marketers, are really focused on right now. What inspires them, and what kind of maybe room for improvement they have and they feel that they need to develop. So I will be share interesting insights. And first of all, let's talk about the study itself. So I've conducted 30 semi-structural interviews with senior and director level B2B marketing professionals from different tech companies, so leading tech companies. So I believe that these trends are very important and very valuable to the market from United States and Western Europe. And it was an independent study, so I've conducted myself because I studied the Stanford LEAD program, and I participated in the course. It was called Design for Disruption, and in this course, I started this study and decided to continue it and to interview more marketing professionals, because insights, they became very, very interesting and exciting, and I wanted to deep dive to learn more about that. And I want to share it with you today. So it's not a typical presentation for me, because usually we share some best practices of from our agency experience, what we do, some tips and tricks on how to work on LinkedIn, for example, social selling, and so on. But today I will be doing a little bit different thing. I will be talking about you, about B2B marketing leaders, what B2B marketing leaders think and how they develop, and what kind of maybe future trends they and we notice based on these interviews. And the methods of my analysis was a thematic analysis. It's based on Brown and Clark methodology, and it applied to in-depth interviews. And I had, as I mentioned, 30 in-depth interviews with B2B marketers. And I tried to identify some recurring patterns, some needs, some strategic insights, some maybe problems, and trends, of course. So it will be interesting, I believe so, because it was very interesting for me during this study. And let's start. Let's deep dive into it. But before we do, I'll check the chat just in case, because maybe someone was sharing where you're based, where you're from. So it would be interesting to learn more about the audience. We have some people from New York, from Netherlands, from Armenia. Great, from Minnesota, Florida, Chicago, Great, great. So many people from the US, from different states. I'm based in Austin, in Texas, and I've been to Chicago a week ago for vacation. So it was amazing. I loved it. So, interview insights. Let's dive into it. First of all, I've actually separated these different topics into some groups. So, first group will be about B2B marketing inside the org. And here, the main thought is that these insights are about perception of marketing within companies. And I'll make it a little bit bigger for you. I think it will be easier for you to read. So marketing is often seen as a cost. It's difficult to prove its impact on revenue. This is what many marketing professionals share. And yeah, it's a problem. And the role of marketing depends on the leadership view, of course. It's often lead generation and deal focused. So marketing is more about sales, it's connected to sales, and yeah, that's obvious. And what kind of trends it opens to us? First of all, marketers, they rely on measurable impacts. Yes, so they try to track revenue and assess their marketing mix with the revenue priority. So what else? Marketing and sales, now they start sharing goals and metrics because marketing is expected to drive pipeline and speed up deals. So to stay efficient and transparent, of course, companies use AI tools, and we'll be talking more about it as well. So for lead scoring, for content generation, for campaign management, and many more scenarios. And of course, budgets are tied to revenue, and marketers try to focus on some sales-driven tactics like account-based marketing. We'll be talking today about this amazing approach as well. Social selling and other conversion-focused strategies, which is very important. So the next idea here is that usually about the marketing processes, the decision making is slow. So, and many marketers share that it's very heavily influenced by internal approvals, by some human factors, many stakeholders, and marketing is often operationally heavy as well. So because you need to coordinate different channels, different resources. So and at the same time, executives demand marketing to be really fast and fast working, and that's why. So there is the situation that B2B marketing is slow and complex due to many stakeholders, but still expected to move fast. And it's a conflict. And what kind of trends are arising here? So first of all, with so many stakeholders involved, of course, marketing and companies, they build some integrated teams and shared systems so everything could work together great and be well orchestrated. So the ability to launch campaigns quickly, it's also very important. It becomes very important, and it becomes a competitive advantage. And of course, AI, again, I will be talking about that a lot today. AI helps teams speed up work across the entire funnel. So it's not only about content, it's about some target companies lists, personalization and personalized outreach, and some other scenarios. So there are so many of them. The next thing marketers share is about marketing and sales alignment. So there is a still misalignment between marketing and sales, and it remains critical. And it's often influence leads and their follow-ups. So without these alignments, projects, they tend to slow down or fail. And this gap hasn't still been breached. Of course, there are a lot of good examples and best practices on that, but still there is a problem among marketing professionals in large and medium companies. So what kind of trends we can see here because of that? First of all, of course, marketing and sales, they share revenue goals and they start collaborate more on preparation phases, for example, on messaging, targeting, campaign planning, and more. marketing supports sales, not only with lead generation, but on the every stage of the deal. For example, they prepare some assets and they help speed up deals. And of course, a lot of tools and automation are used to ensure a smooth lead flow and unified tracking. And next, of course, marketing teams, they a little bit move their focus from MQLs to pipeline conversions and win rates and revenue in general. So this is what it's going to. The next kind of uh, next topics are about working with agencies. So, first of all, in-house versus agencies. Many marketing professionals told me during this research that their priority is to work with in-house teams and grow and develop in-house teams. And why is it so? Because of the limited budgets and because sometimes they don't trust agencies. So we'll talk about it a little bit later too. So in-house is seen as cheaper and more involved, but a little bit risky because expertise can sit in just one person, and of course it's risky if this person leaves a company. And agencies, if companies still work with them, they are expected to integrate like in-house teams without adding some overhead. So in-house is perceived as something better than agencies, and what kind of trends it shows to us. So marketing leaders, they position internal teams as end-to-end agents. So they are not just responsible for strategy and coordination, but they also are responsible for hands-on execution. So it's just right now it's 360 approach. More marketing leaders, they aim to use agencies only for some niche, innovative expertise, for example, or a temporary solution before they hire someone in-house. And agencies, of course, they also adapt. They don't die. They still exist like us. They adapt and they act like embedded team members. So they use client tools. They try to be as internal as possible and communicate with different stakeholders themselves, of course, with the approval of the main stakeholders, but still they are very involved in the internal processes. And of course, if clients work with agencies, they expect them to work on to be measurable, to deliver some fast and measurable results. It's very important. So next, expectations from agencies. B2B marketers expect agencies to act as strategic partners, and they expect some ideas from agencies. They expect to build some long-term relationships if agencies deliver consistent results. And it's also important that agencies, they feel easy to work with. So communication should be comfortable and they should show proven results, and of course bring some fresh ideas and just show the proactive mindset. At what kind of trends it gives us? So agencies invest in strategic advisory and R&D capabilities. So they try to be more proactive and bring more ideas to the table. Also, success metrics for agencies, they also shift from campaign outputs to some business outcomes like ROI, revenue, and some other KPIs. And ease of collaboration, I said it like it becomes productized, but it's about that agencies try to standardize it, try to build very important and reliable processes of communication and train their teams to make it just on the best level possible. So, and there are a lot of frustrations with agencies still in big tech. B2B marketers are frustrated that agencies sometimes don't deliver measurable results, and they can just bring some poor quality, and lack of engagement is also very important, and it's hard to find reliable vendors. So there are several problems like that still. And what kind of trends it gives us? So B2B marketing trends are that clients, of course, they demand agencies to use some performance metrics connected to pipeline and revenue. And of course, agencies need to adopt some stricter quality assessment processes, because they need to just remove all of the risks and just have the highest quality they can have. So trust becomes a differentiator. Agencies need to be maybe recommended by some other companies. They need some case studies, referrals, or something like that, or just offer some trial periods with small budgets just for to check how to work with these agencies. So the next challenge is B2B content. Here, I would like to remind you, if someone just connected to us later, I've conducted the research. It's about 30 in-depth interviews with B2B marketing professionals from big tech, from the US and Western Europe. And I'm sharing some challenges of B2B marketers, and also I'm sharing some trends they are noticing and we are noticing based on their quotes, what they said to us, what they shared to us. So let's continue. Content challenges. Personalization is important. Yeah, buyers, they need relevant messages. They need something that comes to them in the right moment, in the right context. So it becomes very difficult. And thought leadership content also is important, but it's bottlenecked by limited access to subject matter experts. So it's quite difficult for B2B marketers. And what kind of trends we can see here? That's of course, I think I haven't changed the slide, sorry, but I'll just say that B2B marketers, they rely more on AI actually and less on thought leaders and subject matter experts, because they feel pressure and they need speed. That's why this is what we noticed, and this is what they shared. That often, for example, AI generated content just shows the similar results comparing to thought leadership content, or even better. So that's why, because of this pressure and speed, they tend to use AI. So next topic is B2B marketing analytics. B2B marketing analytics, oh, it's a lot of pain. It was one of the most important topics. And there is lack of transparent analytics, and information lives in some multiple systems. And actually, there are some custom or semi-automated tools are used. So it's difficult for B2B marketers, and the analytics is fragmented. And what kind of trends it gives us? So marketing data teams, they shift focus from just building tools to build some shared definitions and clean the data. Actually, they create new processes for data hygiene. So the next interesting trend is that companies, they do some marketing data audits, also to clean data, to sync, to align the reporting before, for example, launching something new. And also companies invest in unified analytics and some tools, and you implement AI as well for that. And next issue here regarding analytics is analytics and regulations, of course. And we are going to the cookie-less era. So it's a problem, and that's why B2B marketers, they often prioritize first-party data, because there is a lot of data, especially if your business is a product, so you can have a lot of data about product usage. And if it's services, of course, as well, you can also get a lot of data from the insights, from your team, from project managers, client services, and so on. And of course, there is the compliance and data privacy pressure as well. And B2B marketers, they adapt to it. And what kind of trends it gives to us? Of course, B2B teams, they begin to audit where actually AI can help them, and they build some AI first workflows. They build some connected ecosystems and use some AI tools. So it's a lot. It's a lot about AI. And actually, I would like to add more about AI here. So, and first of all, about the innovation, how it works. So new ideas, they usually come by chance to the marketing professionals from events, from some different conversations, from other industries. And B2B marketers, they usually search for some new solutions, and they open to innovative services and platforms. And of course, some of them, they even involve some external mentors for fast learning and validation of some ideas. So it's important process for B2B marketers to find new ideas. And it's important that B2B marketers, they implement some interesting processes like idea sourcing in the companies, and new roles and new rituals with inside the teams to maybe identify some interesting signals, new ideas, new interesting they notice something from different industries they can implement. And also, it's important that the speed of learning and the idea validation increases. And mentorship models also are also used. So there are many services with on-demand experts that marketers can, for example, bring to the brainstorming process and use them to generate more ideas. So before we continue with the AI, I'll check the comments. Do we have more comments and questions here? So it's interesting where B2B marketing goes. So we have some people from Dubai, from Pakistan, from the rest of the world. And I'll check for some additional questions on other platforms. So I think, yeah, we don't have questions for now. And I think it's more about, it's important that we think about it and think how to act and maybe understand what to prepare for. And for the AI usage, it's interesting that B2B marketing leaders, they shared that AI is used mostly for isolated cases. For example, they automate some content creation, support, but they don't implement it fully for the whole workflows, for example, yet. But it's coming. And AI works well in brand content. Many marketers said that actually it follows brand guidelines and drives engagement better and ensures stable quality better than human writers usually. So many said that. And AI is used, of course, to speed up some early stage creation like drafts, ideas, structure. And AI, it's interesting that it's seen like a neutral teammate. So it's someone who doesn't need onboarding, doesn't need vacations. So, but it's still a teammate for them, for marketing professionals. And here, yeah, they build AI workflows. They build onboarding for AI tools. Actually, internal AI enablement becomes important. That yeah, marketers, they learn how to use AI. And of course, there are some KPIs for AI as well. For example, time saved or consistency gained or something like that. So it's important. And what to watch for the next year? AI shifts, of course, already. It's obvious. AI shifts from tools to systems. So, and this approach will be more integrated, and AI workflows will be implemented in many companies and in many industries. So in most of the processes, of course, but with human in the loop, it's important. So next, marketing impact comes into focus. So yes, revenue, revenue, revenue. This is what's important, and this is how marketing will be assessed. In-house teams face growing pressure. It's about that, yeah. The focus is on in-house, and it will need to deliver everything at the same department: strategy, execution, coordination, everything. So agency models evolve as well. So companies will have fewer partners because of lack of trust, and agencies will be more integrated inside the companies, and of course they will experience higher expectations, because it's important that agency also is about revenue, is about sales, deals, and not just some marketing campaigns and marketing KPIs. So in speed of learning drives advantage, and it's also speed. Speed is very important. So we'll be learning fast, validating some new ideas really fast, and integrating some new tools really fast as well. So it's everything is exciting. It's difficult. It's not easy, of course, for the industry, but it's exciting where it goes, and we'll see what's going to be next. And at the end of my part, I would like, and we'll have two more amazing speakers here. Um, I'd like to tell you more about us, about the agency. ModumUp is a B2B marketing agency. We specialize in innovative strategies like social selling, account-based marketing, and more innovative B2B marketing strategies. We are in a constant R&D process, and it was founded 7 years ago, and we work with medium and large companies, mostly from tech, and some companies from financial industries, logistics, and digital as well. So this is my contact. I'm Olga Bondrova, the agency founder. So you can reach out to me via email if you'd like. And here is the QR code to my LinkedIn profile. I would be happy to connect with you and continue the conversation, or just connect for the future. So, and I will just give you a couple of seconds to maybe if you'd like to connect with me, and I will introduce our next speakers for today. So while before that, I'll check for the comments, because maybe we'll have some additional comments or questions. So we have some people from Brazil as well, New Jersey, yes, New Orleans, great, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, Germany, Hong Kong. So many interesting people from different places. That's really exciting, the international audience. I always love it so much, because in our events, it's usually what happens. We have a very international, bright, interesting audience. So feel free to connect with each other as well, because it's important to build your network on LinkedIn. Yeah, I'm on like-minded professionals. So let's continue with the next speaker. And I would like to introduce our next speaker is Ilya Nemchik. He's Global Digital Marketing Lead at Siemens. And the topic will be very, very interesting and connected to AI. I was talking about the whole time, almost the whole time. It's about the AI shift in B2B, what's changing and what to do about it. So, Ilya, I'm adding you to the stage. How are you doing today?
Hi, Olga. Thanks for having me. All is good here. It's a little hot, but manageable.
Yeah. That's hot in Texas, especially. But I'll go out at 6 a.m. usually, so it's more comfortable at that time. Um, so yeah, would you like to share your slides as well?
I hope I can. If not, can you do me a favor and advance them for me?
Yeah. I will do it. So I suggest you can start, and I will add slides. Yeah. So I will just remove myself from the stage, so you could start.
Yeah, I hope it
And
works. The
yeah.
modern technology gives us only trouble these days. Making it easier. And no, I don't see the sharing button, so probably, in the sake of saving everyone's time, can you do me a favor and maybe advance those slides for me? I don't want to keep
Yeah,
folks longer
yeah,
than
yeah.
necessary.
Please start. Yeah, please start, and I will be. I'll do it very soon.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ilya Namchik. I'm the leader of the SEO team for Siemens Digital Software. Being in digital marketing for many, many years, I would guess I'm celebrating about 17 years of digital marketing experience this year, maybe more, lost account. Maybe 15 of them with the Siemens in different roles, positions, and with the different branches of the Siemens company. Today, I'm not going to be disclosing any secrets, which of course would be unethical to do under the NDA descriptions of sorts. But we'll talk somewhat about SEO and in the age of AI. First, when Olga has invited me to this event, I was thinking just about everyone is talking about AI in SEO, SEO depth these days. And what else can I add there? As probably the only creature on this planet that hasn't heard something about it or hasn't said something about it is my dog. And I'm sure he already knows a lot about it too. But at some point, it occurred to me that a lot of content that is being shared these days about AI in SEO and AI in general is very technical. They teach you how to optimize your content. They try to explain why SEO is not dead. But maybe we can highlight a few milestones and create some sort of a roadmap that help us to easier digest what is cooking for SEO in the age of AI. How can we approach that without going crazy? Is there a
Yeah, I'm
question?
so sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to say that you can control the slides yourself if you'd like on the StreamYard. So you can switch them if you'd like.
I really hope so.
Yeah, will help. If you'd like, I can do it as well. But yeah, if you changed it yourself, I think it will be easier.
Yeah, I'll stick with your guidance. There is a delicate balance in my technology today, so I don't want to ruin it. So if you can just advance to the next slide, I'll try to speak through that as well. And
Of course.
sorry to make you do that. So today we'll
No
talk
worries.
about the influence of what AI means for SEO these days, what kind of changes we can expect, how AI is going to influence our day-to-day routine, what kind of benefits and difficulties we can expect, and briefly touch on the changes of roles of SEOs. And I hope I'm not going to bore you to death talking about SEO mostly today, but yeah, that's what mostly is going to be about. So the key changes that AI brings in the world of SEO. So you can show the next slide. So why are we talking about this change? Why the change may be so critical? Is there an evidence that actually can convince our leadership that in many cases requires some data to be convinced in order to allocate resources, assets, and budgets in order to adapt the strategies into the new world requirements? Yes, there is a ton of data coming from different resources. Companies dedicating their entire existence to the SEO and AI to the most extent. Companies such as SEMrush, Ahrefs, Lumor, Farmer DeepCrawl, and many, many others conducted in-depth researches for many, many months, starting probably early last year, I'm sorry, to see how the traffic that comes from the AI systems such as Gemini, ChatGPT, SearchGPT, Perplexity, and many others impacts the current world of SEO. Is there a change? Is there a reason for us to believe that we must adapt? And yes, all those studies, one of them you can hopefully see on your screen right now, indicate that just over the course of past several months, we have witnessed a significant influx of search queries coming from all those AI platforms. Speaking about namely ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and some others as well, in different proportion, of course. But the spike is huge. Uh, Google AIO also impacts the situation, even though that one is slightly harder to zero down on. For example, in Google Search Console, it's probably impossible to see it. But there are tools on the market that you can reach out to me. I can name a few of my favorites that help you to differentiate the types of organic traffic these days. Just LLMs, AIO, traditional organic, etc. But the spike is huge. And the study from SEMrush indicates that by 2028, we can expect the traffic generated by AI platforms and AI searches to actually overgrow the traffic that we are so used to, the traditional traffic from Google, Bing, Baidu, and many other systems. So that is one of the reasons why we should definitely pay attention, and that's something we can take to the bank and share with our leaderships to convince them that there is a definitive evidence that AI is there to stay, and we must adopt our strategies as well. Another reason, which we'll be covering also today, is the shift in the search itself. Because the nature of AI-generated searches is quite different from what we're used to. The traditional search queries and ranking are probably becoming more of the things of the past, or at least no longer a priority. When we strive to get the best ranking, highest position on page one, get the most clicks, the best CTR, the best conversions from that kind of traffic. These things change. What we are starting to see more and more, and that's not just one industry specific, it's across multiple industries. We're seeing the shift in the behavior and the quality of search that takes place in organic world. If you can just advance to the next slide, please. So what we are beginning to see, thank you, we're seeing the users to come prepared. In the B2B world, we're probably used to creating multiple touch points across the entire user journey. When we prep and greet them with the right content at the right time, so we can accommodate the specific requests. That thing is changing. The results that we're starting to see in AI search engines and Google AIO are different. They're no longer designed to give you the best optimized content. They are not geared towards the best keyword optimization. Google being advising us not to go after the keywords for quite some time now, but at this point, we have reached the critical mass. And what we are seeing is search engines of that kind, AI search engines, they are no longer going after the keywords. They are going after the intent behind the search. And of course, their understanding is based on what they know or what they think they know about the specific topic, the specific user, etc. They're learning. And right now, this is just the beginning of the journey, but given the speed which they use to progress and how fast they advance, chances are the SEMrush study may be right. In 2028, or at the most 2030, if we believe the HubSpot study, we may see the majority of the results being in the click zero position. Meaning the results will be geared to answering the specific question, personalized towards each user. No longer based on the keyword itself, no longer based on the rank. It's no longer going to be any rank at that capacity. It's going to be appearing in the form of you ask the question, we think you meant that, here is your answer. And at that point, you may or may not get a click. And if you can advance to the next slide, please. What you'll probably care the most about is your appearance in those top citations, your brand, your product, your trademark product. And maybe you'll be rewarded with a citation and a link to your website, in which case it's going to be a double benefit. Now, how do we accommodate that need? And we'll circle back to this topic in just a few slides. AI helps us a lot. AI generates the keyword list for us, which we used to do ourselves using the Excel sheets, multiple research tools, single research tools, all kinds of tools, really. But these days, AI is learning more and more and is more and more capable to give us quick and easy core seed lists or even siloed lists for any topic we wish. It helps us to perform the analytics, whether it's a technical SEO audit, whether it is a content performance audit, keyword performance audit. Of course, that requires investments in the proper platforms and integrations within those platforms. But that being done, we are expediting our internal processes many, many times over. So far, we're talking about the great help from SEO. Speaking of the great help of SEO, all the images you'll find in these presentations are generated by AI, namely between Copilot and ChatGPT. And I'll let you wonder which ones came from which platform. So AI gives us a real chance to get where they want us to be quick, to optimize the content, to meet the user intent instead of just trying to rank higher. And if we can see the next slide, please. And that brings us to the point of user experience. We always cared about user experience because we never wanted the bounce rates. We never wanted people to say anything bad about the content. We fought so hard to show that because organic is difficult to win. Paid is expensive to win. Multi-channel strategy is hard to control and develop properly. So it's an enormous amount of effort that every single one of you, I'm sure, is putting in this project or a project like this on a daily basis. So user experience becomes critical when it comes not just to making sure that whoever arrived on your page stays happy and has a good experience navigating your page, next pages, the downloading content, taking the action you want them to take. It also helps us to get to that click zero position because AI search engines, LLMs, AIO alike, they not only looking at the content itself, but also the organization of the content. They evaluate that from the user experience, making sure that they stay happy. So whoever manages to strike the golden middle between the amount of content, the content structure, the optimization, clear calls to actions, proper links, proper imagery, videos, etc., has an extra credit towards their appearance in the position, in the click zero position. Can we see the next slide, please? Another thing that changes the way people search and the way we optimize our content is the shift to the voice search. There's been conversation around the voice search for many, many years right now. I would say 10 easily. But right now, it's probably once again one of the critical shifts. Why does it matter? We used to optimize for keywords in our content, trying to rank for them and hoping that search engines will serve the content regardless of basically, well, I would say based on the keyword appearance in the search query. Could be broad, could be exact, could be really anything. But one of the key differences between the traditional search engines and their attempts to make our content findable by voice and the AI systems is that AI is really geared towards the conversational queries. Granted, not all the versions of the AI, ChatGPT, for example, without downloading the proper app, is capable of two-way communication. You can still speak in the queries, but it's not always that ChatGPT can speak back. The thing is, we can talk to those AI systems. They understand the conversational request. There may or may not be the primary keyword that for many years was our primary target. They will try to understand whether or not we are talking about this specific topic. And the keyword may no longer be there. So it's not about the keyword anymore. It's about the intent. It's about us being able to accommodate a conversational request, which means AI search engines must have a clear understanding of what our content is all about. And there are ways to do that. Can we see the next slide, please? So we create AI, we use AI to create the content. We use our internal resources to create content. But our goal is to make sure that the content is properly structured, it answers specific questions, and it's no longer about creating a ton of content, as for many years we were told that the content is the king, and if you write a big article, you definitely have a bigger shot. That is also changing, and if you ask me, my personal opinion is already changing. Let's see how that happens. So let's see the next slide. So while AI creates a lot of ease in our life, it automates a lot of tasks, it creates content for us, it generates those keyword lists, it analyzes stuff for us, it helps us build strategies even, but it also creates the need for talented SEO professionals of all levels. We're not talking about SEO replacement. We're talking about SEO evolution. We are talking about the change of the role of SEOs. And well, just recently I asked my ChatGPT if we as SEOs should worry with the arrival of ChatGPT and similar systems. My ChatGPT responded that it came in peace. That's what it literally told me. Reminds me of the Terminator movie somewhat, or some other movies with a similar ending. But unlike those scenarios, we see a lot of potential in merging our efforts and embracing the power of AI in the world of SEO. How we are actually benefiting from it and how we are changing. We are automating internal processes. We're making the process of finding information way easier and faster than before. We are automating the output, the reporting, and the level of complexity of those reports based on the audience that we will be referring to. But we become orchestrators, we become strategists, we become communicators more than ever before. And that's one important thing I would like to stress out. We're not just mastering the power of prompts and our ability to communicate effectively with AI systems. We are learning the new ways of project management. And that, and if we can advance to the next slide, is a huge shift because in many cases, SEO existed in silos. In some cases, companies were able to merge their efforts to create a transparency between different teams and make SEO an organic part of their digital marketing strategy, but not all of them. So today, this part is critical because AI is a tool, smart, sophisticated, but it's still a platform that has a lot to learn. And we are the teachers of the platform. We determine in many cases where they get the knowledge from, what kind of information we fed in, how the input is going to look like, what to exclude, what to include, who else can benefit us. Let's say social media teams can easily be pulled and should be pulled in our day-to-day operations, not just from the brand visibility perspective, but also from the perspective of delivering the consistent message throughout our communications. So we become systematic strategists, thinkers, storytellers, and we master our ability to negotiate with the different teams across the organization and beyond. That includes the agencies, as Olga mentioned before. Can we see the next slide, please? So there's many ways we can accomplish what we talked about. How to get in that click zero position. How ensure the visibility in new evolved search results. I'm not going to go through all of these, and these are by far not everything that is out there in our toolbox, but there are several that I would like to call out. And this is, of course, the content organization, the structure of your content. The clear paragraphs dedicated for each subtopics, the clear H1s, 2s, 3s, H6 headers that clearly tell the bots that come on behalf of the AI search engines, what each section of the page and the page itself are all about. I would also stress out the importance of implementing the schema markup, because structured data is one of the key methodologies that allows the search engines based on AI to understand what is our data about, where to find the related pieces of content, uh, how our entire Stripe is organized. Do we have just one page, or we have many pages related to this topic? How do they organize? What is the expected flow of the content may look like? All those features coming together help the LLM search engines to learn about our content, to crawl our content easier, especially if we implement the technical SEO elements such as robots.txt whitelisting or LLM.txt optimization and updates on a regular basis. Anything that helps the bots that come from AI to crawl our content easier, to understand the structure, and easily align the pieces of content with the queries and the intent behind them, all of that can easily allow us, well, can allow us to have a better chance to appear on top of the search results, get cited, get referenced, and hopefully continue generating clicks from all those areas. So next slide, please. A few predictions. I know I'm almost at time. What we can expect. And you'll probably find a lot of projections, a lot of prophecies around the web from the very reputed SEOs that will be talking about different things. So different scenarios. One of them is, of course, is the continued shift, and this is Ilya's predictions. So if anything goes wrong, blame Ilya. We're talking about the shift from the traditional keyword research, traditional fight for highest ranking, to AI-powered searches, personalized searches, brand visibility, and citations. So no longer keyword-based, but intent-based and visibility. Those who will take in the AI will not see it as, I would say, something too soon to tell, or perhaps something that is a huge threat we should fight tooth and claw against. Those who will manage to implement the technical elements, structure their content, make their content visible and findable by AI search engines, can expect great results, greater visibility, and maintain a degree of traffic to their website despite of the shift in the organic search these days. And of course, the automation that allows us to move forward will continue to progress. AI will will be there to stay, and they will help us to generate our reports, to find the information that we strive to find, to generate the content that will be friendly for the new types of searches, making our lives actually a lot easier. And probably the last but not least, I would say there is nothing to be afraid of. The SEO is once again not dead. It's evolving big time, and it's following the changing trend in searches. We are gearing towards the prepared users, the users who know what they want. They type in or speak in their search queries, and we respond with the proper content that we made very clear to those new search algorithms and perfectly aligned with their understanding of what that content is. And I'm pretty sure that was the last of my slides, but let's just make sure. Indeed. So yes,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it from my side. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ilya. It was very insightful, and we have a question from Hannah. Ilya, what do you think about AI agents as a partner for scaling marketing teams? So you already talked about AI a lot, but maybe there are some comments on that.
Sure thing. The short answer is yes. Agents are a great thing, and the only thing is to configure them properly. Because in my experience, several agents delivered such nonsense in response to simple things that we had to rework them from scratch, working with IT and other teams. So yes, AI agents are absolutely awesome as long as we know how to approach them and not rushing into uh, conclusions with just, oh, we just created a great agent. Let's test it live. Probably not live. Probably it's best to test it first, evaluate the results, and then rely on it going forward.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so much. And I would like to show. Actually, we have one more slide for you. It's very important slide. Yeah. Please connect to Ilya. This is your LinkedIn profile. So Ilya is a great professional. He shares a lot of valuable information. Yeah, and it would be great to connect because we have so many amazing people here on the live stream. So thank you so much, Ilya.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you. Let's continue our live stream. And I would like to introduce the next speaker. And this is Irina Chernova from NetUp. She is a demand marketing manager for EMEA and LATAM. And her topic is Unite, Target, Win. ABM, so account based marketing alignment that delivers. So, this kind of topic. And I will add Irina and her slides as well. So,
Hello, everyone. I hope you hear me. Olga, please confirm in our chat. Do you hear me? Because unfortunately, we have some technical issues. So I just like to know that you can hear me good. Okay. Okay, again. So big greetings from Cork, from Emerald and sunny today Island. The same evergreen as the topic I'm going to present on now. Because so that just a while before this webinar, I just tried to do some research of the most on the biggest challenges of account-based marketing, and that I found out that the evergreenest one is alignment between sales and marketing on account-based marketing. So, and of course, every time, so it changes with the time, but it stays, I wouldn't say the same. It's of course evolves, but let's look at this topic from today's perspective. So, and I'm really glad to meet you today. So that's a little bit about myself. So I'm 20, more than 25 years in B2B and both on sales and marketing sides. I started as a sales manager and I worked in many different industries, which I really enjoyed. So my journey with marketing started with a field marketing, and you see there are quite an extensive list of the territories and regions I covered as a field marketing. So I was running account-based marketing for several countries for 5 years, and I really fell in love with this area of marketing, and I still really like it. And now I'm running targeted demand for the big region, and I'm also focusing on Germany as an area. And I think that this extensive experience, it helped me to see many things in marketing, many areas in marketing from the different perspective. And I think that what I know already, what I experienced, would be really useful for me to share with you. So first, let's start with traditional account-based marketing misconceptions. So ABM is not a marketing program. And if you are CMO, or if you are a company leader and you decided to run account-based marketing based on your revenue structure, so you see the smaller number of accounts are bringing or have potential to bring you like up to 60-70% of the revenue. So if you're different, really have a reason to start this program. So don't think that it's just enough to say to the marketing, let's start account-based marketing. So of course they will do what they have, but it will not work. So second, account-based marketing involves multiple business functions. It includes marketing business function. It includes sales business function. It includes operations. So the whole range of different business functions that mostly engage in sales and marketing activities. So, and account-based marketing integrates sales and marketing efforts. And this is like never-ending conversations, I would say. So I've seen it in many companies, and I've seen it through the years. I saw how account-based marketing can fail if there is no integration between sales and marketing, because of it's a misconception that it's enough just to tell marketing to run account-based marketing. But at the same time, account-based marketing is a very powerful tool to create this integration and to really align sales and marketing, because what we are doing, especially when it comes to strategic ABM, so we are really aligning and they are really teaming up around the big customers, so around the big stake. And if we integrate well enough, of course, we can build this team between sales and marketing without, pulling the blankets and maybe blaming each other. That's so we don't get enough results. So what ABM really is? ABM is a program when we build relationships. So when develop relationship with the customers in B2B markets, and we create our reputation within the customers as a trusted vendor, for example, as a trusted advisor, and it helps us to get revenue, to create revenue coming from this company. And of course, objectives of ABM might be expanding your footprint with your customers if it's existing customers already, and you think that you have still potential growth within the customer, or penetrating the customer started business with your target customer company. So, and as you can see, ABM is a real team play. So it's very good African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child, and this is true, because if we consider a B2B marketing as a promotion of your company services and product to the buying committee. So, and this is B2B marketing different to B2C, because many people is involved making decision, involved in evaluation the proposition. And if we have the buying committee, we should have the selling committee. That's why it's a really team play. So, and I really like this solar model of the ABM verse. So when we have a customer and the whole teams and almost the whole companies and guys from the different functions, they circle around the customer, and they really, each of them bring the difference, each of them contribute to their mutual success. Of course, customer is not that so one piece stuff. Of course, there are many people, there are many roles we have to reach out, and we have to influence, and we have to pay to help them with making decision towards us as a supplier. So, but nevertheless, it's a customer, and it's a big customer-centered universe. So, and you also can see another example. This is responsibility distribution table. Let's call it responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. And you see that it's not many marketing roles here, and it's not only marketing roles here that are somehow responsible or accountable for different parts of the account-based marketing. So this is really team play, And it should be really engagement, buy-in, and commitment from all of the levels, from CEO level, from C-suite to the different like functions like digital marketing, or maybe agencies, or DSR, or whatever. So how sales and marketing aligns? What aligns? So where they can align? First, they have to share their goals and objectives, and it's absolutely crucial, because you need to know, when it comes especially to the strategic marketing and to IBM marketing, and to the vertical, to ABM Light, you really have to be aligned between marketing and sales goals, because you need to know what the sales team is gonna, what its plans, what account plans within the customer, what sales team, what product from your product pipe portfolio a sales team is going to push to the customer. And it's very important, because I think that most of you probably know that, for example, for sometimes on a corporate level, we are pushing one product, which is important, but we find out that the sales team are not compensated for this product like the same as they compensated for the other project. For example, they're not compensated the same enough, and they compensated less. That's why you can see that all of your efforts, all of your campaigns and investments might bring no results. So first, there really should be a synchronization of the goals and objectives. So second is a customer journey understanding. So you know that, for example, from marketing, now we can get much of insights. And of course, we can build this customer journey based on information available. But having a sales team, a sales executive talking to the customers, and especially when the existing customers, they know how there are different job roles within the buying committee, make decisions, what the roles they have inside of this buying committee. This picture from inside might different. And of course, when it comes to the strategic ABM, so big company, huge corporation might have the unique customer journeys. That's why, so we need to match, we need to align, we need to think that, and marketing should really listen to the sales guys to see how it works. So of course, content and resource sharing, it goes without saying. So by resource, we not only understand like money or whatever, so maybe tools or something, we also mean people. So that's why, of course, so the previous speakers told about AI, that you can, for example, don't really engage your leader in the thought leadership, creating thought leadership, or your subject matter expert to create sales thought leadership stuff, the content. But so, of course, you can do it with AI, but still a subject matter expert and your leadership is a big resource for you as an account-based marketing specialist, because of course, like, video is good, but at some point you need to get into face-to-face communication, and this is important, and it's still in big companies. And so most of decisions are made face-to-face, and most of the critical issues and questions are answered face-to-face. So, and like, you know, we are selling to the people, so we need to be human. So feedback mechanism, of course, so there should be exchange. There's many tools to exchange that feedback, but this is important, especially in account-based marketing, because it's really dynamic. Sometimes it looks like it's slow, but in reality, it's very dynamic. And of course, maybe many campaigns should be adjusted and updated, and maybe even pivoted based on the changing situation within the customers. So feedback is very important. So of course, technology and tools, and here you can see that account-based marketing is not a marketing, because the whole corporation should be involved, and the whole corporation should be really provide marketing as sales. So with a tool, they should be integrated. Of course, they part it in some places, in some areas, but it's very important to see that sales and marketing see the same in the tools, in the CRM, so they could review, they could evaluate the situation, the current situation, and make the right decision, and build the right content. So, and performance metrics and KPIs. And sometimes here is a little bit of difference between language the sales and marketing speak. So it's very important to speak the same language, or at least to come to the terms that would be absolutely clear and absolutely the same for sales and marketing. For example, if we think meetings, if we might think pipeline creation, we might think win rate, but it should be really agreed before we start, and it should be evaluated, and it should be really the same for sales and marketing when it comes to account-based marketing. So let's zoom in. Let's consider a few, I would say, minimum set of the job roles within account-based marketing team, integrated team. So first, it's account-based marketing manager, and so the most important role of account-based marketing manager is orchestration, because of course we can create so much stuff with AI. So, and it should be done. But if there is no proper orchestration, if account-based marketing manager doesn't connect all these dots, so all the part of the teams will be still working in silos, which is very, very bad, and that's why account-based marketing can fail. So orchestration is very important. Orchestration is connected all the function, including CEO level, including sales team, including different functions within marketing, like digital and events, whatever, bringing them to one really working and moving engine. So and so of course there is target customer search, which is account-based marketing manager is responsible for marketing strategy development. This is absolutely natural for the role. So content generation, but not only generation, this is personalization, which is crucial for account-based marketing, and also repurposing, because sometimes it's not necessary to create new things. You might look at what you have and see how you can repurpose the same content. And by content, I also mean events as well. So, and moving forward, so I will show you how, for example, you can repurpose the existing event, or for example, your participation, your sponsoring of the big external events to build it into account-based marketing and to get good results from that. So, of course, the rest is natural. And one thing that's communication with counterparts in the target customers. I would say it's maybe not evident, but our customers, mostly our partners. And of course, we want our customer to thrive. And very often what we do as a marketing, we can help our customers to promote their products and services, and to do with them some joint activities, for example. That's why it's very important if you are running account-based marketing as a ABM manager. So don't forget to build relationship, to really know who is responsible for PR, who is your counterpart within the big customer in the marketing department or the marketing team, because it really will work. Because showing yourself next to your customer, especially if your relationships are good, it really promotes your company, and of course it really helps to create this reputation of the trusted advisor and the partner. So Company and sales leadership. So I will not read through their slide, but what I would focus on first is collaboration enforcement. Uh, it's nothing new here, but you know that literally, and I had it in my marketing experience, that you send email, send some information, share information, ask something, and nobody like from sales organization answers your emails or answers your text. It's not because they want to ignore you, but because mostly they overwhelmed with the information, they overwhelmed with the request. Of course, they don't expect maybe anything good from you yet. You know, that's marketing, they're doing something. We don't know what they're doing, but they bring in some leads. We don't know what is it, and so on. So that's why. So even starting the account-based marketing operation, so it should be really buy-in from the sales leadership, from the company leadership, which absolutely, and it's their responsibility because they should be interested in getting good results. So the stakeholders here to introduce you to the sales team and to help you to push these collaborations, sometimes even enforcing that. So I remember there are very good examples. For example, when we worked on the target account list for strategic IBM of some countries, there was email from the sales leader requesting the team to provide candidate customers for this list. It didn't come from me, and it's very important, especially in the beginning. So after you already establish this conversation, after you establish with this exchange, it's already getting a little bit easier. So it's really simple stuff, but please remember about that, because account-based marketing sometimes might fail due to really stupid reasons like that. So second is communication with customer associates, communication with like sales and leadership counterparts within the customer company. And this is very important thing, that everybody is really obsessed with the leads, for example. And I do the same, to be honest. Now I do targeted demand, and of course the big scale campaigns for the huge target account list. But when we buy with the lead acquisition, especially from the third-party suppliers like TechTarget or Demand Base or whatever, so of course, first what we ask for the decision makers. And what happens usually, you have the contact of the decision maker, but you can't do anything with that because they usually don't read your emails. They never will. So so you can call them, you can't reach them because they don't answer the calls from the third party or whatever. They very often, they don't even talk to their client executives, and it's very difficult to establish the first contact. So that's where your leadership come in handy. So if you do the proper research, if you research especially for strategic ABM, that you have very limited list of accounts, if you know so many things about the customer company leadership, which clubs they members, which big events or they speak, what do they do. So it's very important to include your sales or even company leader in this conversation and reaching out from this networking environments, because after that it's really gets a little bit easier for us to introduce the sales executive to the customers team, or maybe like shake hands, or maybe so push the deal that already deal is like coming, everything is ready, you provided all the contents like relevant in the right time to the right people, but there is something that so really delayed, and sometimes you need just a push and commitment from your company leadership to the customer company leadership to push these deals. Very important. Of course, thought leadership and speaking. Yes, it's about communication with customer associate. I had just very good case. We had television, and we created a series of interviews with the customer on this TV channel. And TV channel guys helped them to invite the customers, and most of the customers were new acquired customers from us. And the interviewers were myself and our sales director. So of course it's high enough. And during the shooting, we invited the sales rep, the client executive from our company responsible for this specific customer, and we had a kind of a half an hour preparation for the shooting, that the setup was seen. We talked through customers through the process. We reviewed the questions and do this really relaxing and networking stuff. And we created such a trustful atmosphere. And in this atmosphere, introducing the client executive was easier. So all communication starting from this point really went easier, and all the communication, they just were sped up after that series of video TV interviews after these meetings with the leaders. So next one is account executive. Of course, it's a crucial member of the account-based marketing team. Of course, they do the sales stuff. Of course, they are responsible for their target account selection, for the account plan and strategy. If there is not account plan, there is no IBM. Nothing starts without account plan. So sales executive should really share with you what plans do they have, what revenue would they get from the customer. So what contact they have with the customer, and what contacts they still need us to establish. So we need to see the baseline, and we need to see where and how we get together to build these account-based marketing operations. So of course, communication with the customer team, because as a marketing, we don't go to the customer. They just not often communicate face to face to the customer, except maybe for some events and webinars and our communications with our counterparts. That's why so the account executive is your I would say is your spy, is your intelligence within the customer. And account executive is your vehicle for delivery of the content. It might be meetings, it might be slides you prepare, it might be personalized web page that so there was as a link sent personally from a client executive to the decision maker or to the technical influencer. So, but it's back and forth conversation and back and forth, I would say, vehicle for you. First, you get some insight, and the second, you use the account executive as a delivery man, if you will, for your content, because you understand that not all the decision makers and even technical influencers read our email campaigns. So technical sales and subject matter experts are very crucial, same as sales guys. They are for you, they are source of content, and at the same time, they are vehicles to bring the contact to the counterparts in the customer. So, and of course, this creating a trustful relationship between on all the levels, including technical guys within the customers, like technical job roles, or maybe end user job roles. This is all the technical expert or subject matter expert. It should be really included, and it's very crucial part of the team. So, and you see, this is like, it's at the same time, it's simple and complicated, because it's easier say that than done. And everybody is just really obsessed about just really breakthrough tactic, or do something really sophisticated to get results, to get to the customer, and to get this deal. But in reality, you don't need a talent. You need a discipline, and account-based marketing is an area that where the persistence really pays off. And it should be really consistent, all these circles. So you have ABM accounts, you do your research, you get your insight to build your plan, you run campaign together, and you evaluate campaign, and you evaluate the results, and you adjust the campaign, and go to the next circle and to the next stage. And of course, it should be consistent. So don't be, I would say, don't be disappointed, don't be frustration. But I agree with Olga that there is lots of frustration in in the marketing. And but you have to be consistent. It pays off. It takes time. Don't drop everything off, and really keep doing your good job. And it really pays off really, really nicely. So, and you see, this is example how the sellers see account-based marketing. That's a whole circle of acceptance, of grieving and acceptance, because first they see it like magic wand, then they start understanding that account-based marketing requires much effort from them, and even questions how they work with the customers. This is scary. That's why sales executive might sometimes push back. So which is understandable. Just see like humans in them. But in the end of the day, sales organization will really value you as a trusted advisor, as a trusted partner, because you help them to sell more, you help them to be champions, and of course you help them to grow as a specialist, as an expert in the area. So, and here is the last. I will probably take a couple of minutes. Alignment around events. So if you have a big event, so you can make sure that you are bringing your customer to the booth or to your dedicated event. First, you need to decide with the team what job roles, which people within the customer should you bring. The second, you think about why they might be joining your event. So you build a plan based on this information, and you really invest into inviting the very, very specific people to the event, using different techniques, from direct mail to email to the phone calls. So that's next. You make sure that all your plans during the event are executed. You did everything. So your customer might have a speaking slot. They might go to the VIP meeting with sales and company leadership of your company, or they might participate in a lab on demand or whatever. That should be really, really busy during your event. And of course, after your event, you should, I would say, you should use all your everything you gathered, and you should use your results and the leads, and you should take it from there and follow up together with the sales team, and then evaluate the results. So that's everything from my side. I hope it was useful for you. If you have any questions or would like to talk to me, so I'm always happy to exchange experience and to hear maybe you have more advanced techniques, which are always happy to learn. So you can contact me on LinkedIn or on email, and I will be happy to talk to you. Thank you very much, and have a nice rest of the day.
Thank you so much, Irina. I will switch to myself. Yeah, thank you. It was very, very insightful, and account-based marketing is important, and we had so many comments about that. So some people were saying, love this ABM verse, and Sandra was very active as well, so she suggested to rename it to account-based motion, not marketing, because obviously it's not only about marketing, it's a combined activity across different departments, and about AI. So it doesn't replace humans, and it's very important that it works together in one loop. So thank you so much for being with us today. And I hope, of course, sometimes B2B marketing issues, problems, situations can be frustrating, but I hope we've added a little bit of optimism as well, because we've talked about some new trends, some rising trends, or already trends that are already actively implementing and work kind of productively in business. So good luck with your B2B marketing careers and developing of some innovative, amazing projects and campaigns. So thank you for joining us, and follow our speakers, follow me if you'd like, to not to miss some future events. And if you're registered to our event on LinkedIn, in this case, you'll be getting some updates about the next events we'll have. And actually, one of our next events will be in October. This is the Social Selling Con, and you can find the information on ModumUp. So I'll just show you my the name of the agency, and here's my profile. And you will find this information about our future events, and actually the event page is already there at ModumUp LinkedIn page. So if October 1st, yeah, looking forward to see you at our conference. It will be called Social Selling Con. You can find it in LinkedIn search as well. So thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day, everyone. Thank you for being with us this whole time. Bye-bye.